Hello Magic the Gathering lovers, Matt here from Total MTG, and today for the first time on the channel I'm bringing you a Oathbreaker deck tech. So what is Oathbreaker? Well, I was asking the same question last week. I didn't know nothing about it, and then I saw a few videos on it and saw obviously a lot of hype around it, and it's a Commander X type of format that just seems really fun. So what I'm going to first of all do before we get onto the deck tech is just go over a few quick rules, because a lot, might be like me that just didn't even know about the format. So I'm going to give a quick rules breakdown, and then I'll put a link below in the description if you want to go see a full comprehensive look at the rules. But Oathbreaker is a multiplayer format with a 60 card singleton deck, not 100 like you see in Commander. Only one copy of each card, which is the same, and no limit on basic lands, which is the same as well. You start your game with your Oathbreaker and signature spell in the command zone, as always, and your starting life is 20, not 40, so that's very interesting. It could be for some very quick games. Your Oathbreaker is a Planeswalker, has to be a Planeswalker. Its colour identity determines the contents of your deck. Those of you that play Commander know what that's all about. Your signature spell must be an instant sorcery card that falls within your Oathbreaker's colour identity. So it could be a blue or black Planeswalker, and you can have a blue sorcery or a black instant, something like that as your signature spell. You obviously cast your Oathbreaker from your command zone, and your signature spell may only be cast if your Oathbreaker is on the battlefield under your control. So no casting, with mine, that you'll see in a minute, is a very nice instant card. I won't be able to cast it unless Kaya is on the actual battlefield. Both your Oathbreaker and signature spell are subject to Commander Zone tax. These taxes are tracked individual, and casting your Oathbreaker doesn't cause your signature spell to cast more. So Command Zone tax is something that you'll be very used to in Commander and EDH. These taxes are being tracked individually is very good as well, because you may potentially cast your Commander, or what is known as your Commander, which is Oathbreaker, a lot more times potentially than your signature spell, because it has to be on the battlefield first. I think this looks like a very fun format. Without further ado, let's get on to Kaya's Path. So Kaya's Path is built around our Oathbreaker and our signature spell. The Oathbreaker is Kaya Orzhov Usurper, and my signature spell is Path to Exile. What a great card, and this is a great Planeswalker. Now, why do I love this Planeswalker so much? It only costs 3 mana. 1, a white and a black, comes in with 3 loyalty. But the casting cost of this being 3 means that if it, obviously, when it does get killed, numerous times potentially in a multiplayer game, the tax on it, it's not going to go too high. It's not going to Planeswalker that's going to cost 6 or 7. That's then going to cost 8, 10, 12. You get what I mean. Kaya only costing 3 is a definite upside to playing Kaya. The +1 on Kaya is exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. You gain 2 life if at least one of them was a creature. So life gain is nice, but our whole deck here is based around the exile effect. The -1 exile target non-land permanents with coveted mana cost 1 or less. There's going to be no Soul Ring for you to get rid of, because there is a Soul Ring that is banned on this game. Banned list, there is a new one. And there's an interesting, the new Saheeli is banned as well, which I find very, found it a bit strange, but I know there's a lot of combos that you can do with Saheeli the Gifted. But no Soul Ring, everyone. We've got no Soul Ring. I will probably leave a link to the ban list as well below so you can take a look. This is the usual criminals that are all on there, but there might be a few little surprises as well. The -5, Kaya deals damage to target player equal to the number of cards that player owns in exile, and then we gain that much life. Now, I've not run Sanguine Bond in this because I'm not doing that kind of, deck. I don't want to do that. But Kaya, I'm going to use it for the exile effect, and then we're just going to whack our opponent with it, and our next opponent, and then potentially we are going to win the game as well. So getting on to our signature spell, it's the best exile spell in the whole of Magic. Well, maybe. I personally think it's absolutely bloody great. It's Path to Exile. It exiles target creature its controller may search its library for a basic land card and put that card onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle his or her library. So Path to Exile costing 1 mana instant speed. So when this does get the command zone tax, being 1 mana, it's only going to go up to, 3, 5. It's still a great card, but being 1 mana, it means the command zone tax, like Kaya, is not going to affect us, hopefully, fingers crossed, too much. So the deck I put together has 4 creatures, 29 other spells, and it will have 25 lands in. So we're going to go to our first creature. It's Kambal, Consul of Allocation. It's a 2/3, 1 white and a black. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life and we gain 2 life. That is very much on the Kaya theme of gaining life, losing life for our opponent. And Kambal will be great in this deck. Being only 4 creatures, you know, because we are going to rely a lot on Kaya for these wins. But we've got Obzedat Ghost Council in there. Ends the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life and we gain 2 life. And at the beginning of our end step, we can exile Obzedat and then we can just do it all again, gain haste. It's a big 5/5. And like I said, very thematic for this deck of opponents losing life and us gaining life. Now 2 huge beaters. Starting off with Avacyn, Angel of Hope. 8/8 flying vigilance, indestructible. I wanted a little bit of indestructible in this because we're going to run a lot of Wraths. And Avacyn being an 8/8, it won't take many attacks of our opponents, you know, and a measly potential 20 life for this to attack in and win. And what's good about this, it gives all our other permanents indestructible as well. Zetalpa doesn't need to be given indestructible because it's got it already, along with flying, double strike, vigilance and trample. It's a 4/8/6 double white elder dinosaur. This and Avacyn will certainly win us games, and blinking Obzedat with Kaya as well. We're going to be draining our opponents. So we're going to get into the 29 spells now, and I'm going to do them all in CMC order, starting off with Authority of Councils. Authority of? I took a word out there. Authority of the Councils. Can't even read my own cards. So it's a 1 mana enchantment where the opponent's creatures come in tapped. So none of that hasty business coming down and attacking us for sure. And when a creature enters the battlefield under our opponent's control, we gain 1 life, which is very nice for us as well. Nothing bad about gaining life in decks. We have a Bitter Blossom in there as well with a new card, Dreadhorde Invasion. Now these will both make creatures, but they will drain us of life. But we do have, as you can see already, potential ways to gain life as well. Bitter Blossom will create a 1/1 black fairy at the beginning of our upkeep, so we're going to keep getting that creature. And Dreadhorde Invasion, the new amass card from War of the Spark, will amass a little zombie that could become a big zombie, and when it's got power 6 or greater, can attack with lifelink, which will be very good to us. More controlling element in Blind of Obedience. More stuff coming to tapped with that as well. And then we have some nice removal in Dispark that will exile target permanent coveted mana cost 4 or greater. We've got so much removal in this. We've got Anguished Unmaking as well, and Hero's Downfall, and Oath of Kaya is a nice card as well that does damage when it comes into any target, and more importantly, it gains us life. And when they attack our Kaya, we gain 2 damage to that player, and we gain 2 life as well. So you can see the theme of this deck. It's just, you know, we've got stuff that's going to cost us life, but hopefully we've got enough cards in here that will benefit us and actually gain that life back. Ghostly Prison is there, so creatures can't attack us unless they pay 2 for each creature attacking us, slowing down your opponents. Just like having, you know, the Authority of the Councils, and it's going to mean they're going to come intact, and then we're going to tax them for attacking us as well. Gideon Blackbade, this can win games as well and can give other creatures indestructible, which is very nice. Works well with the deck. Now we don't run many creatures at all, but we have for the Dreadhorde Invasion, and we can make, obviously, we can make fairies with the Bitter Blossom. This can turn into a creature of its own and exile target non-land permanents, which just works brilliantly with Kaya. Oblivion Ring is there as well. Exile another target non-land permanent. We've got all the exile in this deck. More card draw with Phyrexian Arena, because we do need some card draw in these colours. And Phyrexian Arena, a drain on the life, which is what this deck does, but it does gain that life back, can draw us cards at the beginning of our upkeep. Read the Bones, scry 2, draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. That is, you can see the theme of this deck, but I'm really hoping that we're not just going to kill ourselves, because we have a lot of life gain as well. But this is a great card drawing spell, and of course we've got to play it in the deck. Profane Procession, exile target creature, then if we have 3 or more, we get to transform it. And then we get to pay those creatures from exile with that permanent. Really good when it comes to the Tomb of the Duskrose. I really like Profane Procession, and this gives me a reason to play it in a deck. Let's get on to some mass removal. We've got Damnation, Kaya's Wrath, and we've also got Wrath of God, we will be destroying every creature deck known to man, woman and child, wizard, mage and everything else in between. Cleansing, Nova and Fumigate as well are just there to have an added bit of destruction. Debt to the Deathless, each opponent loses 2 times X life and we gain life equal to the life lost this way. Now I'm thinking, should I just put Sanguine Bod in? Probably I should as well, because we've got a lot of life gain in there. And Debt to the Deathless is another way. It works very well with Kea, of course, as well, because it's very on theme and I just love this card. Settle the Wreckage, exile target attacking creatures, very good as well. And the Wanderer has an exile effect as well, which prevents all non-combat damage that we dealt to us, and other permanents as well as a nice little static effect. Even more exile removal in Utter End. The colours of Orzhov have just absolutely epic ways to exile permanents. It just works so well with our little Oathbreaker Kea. And then if we can't win with Kea, perhaps we'll win with Ob Nicholas Reignited. Draw a card, lose a life. So there's a bit more card draw for it, as destroy target creature as well. And the emblem, whenever a player draws a card, they lose 2 life. I'm going to be loving that card in this deck. Urza's Ruinous Blast, exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary. Well, we've got legendary creatures and obviously Planeswalkers are legendary as well. So this is a great card for our deck. Elspeth is there as one of the high CMC cards. We're getting towards the last of the spells. Sun's Champion, you get that emblem, it's nice. You've been putting all those 3/1/1 soldiers in, and we've been making fairies, and we've been amassing creatures, and then they all get +2/2 and flying, and that is just GG's. Merciless Eviction is the last spell in the deck. The 29th spell, exile all artifacts or exile all creatures or enchantments or planeswalkers. Another great exile effect. And this is one of the best, and we get to choose which way we want to do it. Our land base is going to be a mixture, obviously, of black and white lands, utilising lands. You can put fetch lands in this deck, but it will only increase the price. But if you've already got them in your collection, why not just put them in there? I've picked out 4 lands here that are obviously going to be very good for the deck. Bajuka Bog, because it exiles cards from target player's library. And then we've got Command Tower, because obviously every Oathbreaker deck is going to be playing that one as well. Shambling Vent is a nice bit of life gain in a creature land. And then we've got Westvale Abbey. Pay 1 life, put a 1/1 white black human cleric creature token onto the battlefield, sacrifice 5 of them, and then it untaps into a big flying lifelink, indestructible, hasty, profane prince that's 9/7. And I'll tell you what, that can definitely take down your opponents as well. So that is the breakdown of my Kaya's Path Oathbreaker deck. The first one I've built, and I would be loving to play this. So let's get this on MTGO. Let's get on Arena. Let's get it all on there so we can play this online. For those like me that don't get to play Paper Magic as much as I would like. That's what I want to do. Then I'll record some gameplay for you all, and then you can see it all in action. Will be absolutely epic. The deck is based around Exile. Kea is absolutely brilliant for doing that. And of course, Path to Exile, the staple. The staple in Modern is just an epic card, and it works very well with Kea and along with all the other spells as well. Let me know what you think of the deck. Any good ideas that you think we'll be putting in there? There'll be loads, because trying to fit in 60 cards in an Oathbreaker deck is very hard with so many good choices around. There's going to be cards that will obviously be very good, but until with further testing, you wouldn't be able to see, if it's good or if it's bad. Any other Oathbreaker decks you'd like me to build, put them in the comments. I really want to hear what you think of this format. I'd love to know your opinion on it, and of course of the deck as well. Thanks for watching the video. If you're new to us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. The next video will be out in a couple of days. We do videos every other day here on Total MTG. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon.